If your joints ache when you wake up, or your knees feel stiff just walking across the room, there may be 3 everyday foods on your plate making it worse. You see, joint pain isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about inflammation, a silent fire inside your body that's being fueled by what you eat. And the surprising truth is, even normal foods, things you might eat every day, can quietly trigger that pain morning after morning. In this video, I'll show you the 3 biggest dietary culprits behind joint inflammation, and most importantly, what to eat instead to move more freely, feel lighter, and support your joints naturally. Joint pain is one of the most common complaints I hear from patients over 50. It shows up in the knees, the hips, the hands, making simple movements feel heavy, stiff, or even painful. Most people assume it's just part of getting older. It's wear and tear, they say. And yes, aging does play a role. But more often than not, joint pain is driven by something deeper, chronic, low-grade inflammation. And here's where many people go wrong. They focus only on treating the symptoms. They take painkillers, apply creams, or add more calcium supplements, hoping it will fix the problem. But what if I told you that some of the foods on your plate might be silently triggering that inflammation and making your joints feel worse? That's right. What you eat can either fuel the fire or help calm it down. And the first step to healing your joints isn't always adding more things and it's about removing the things that quietly hurt you. So let's talk about the first food that could be inflaming your joint 7 if you think it's just a harmless treat. Let's start with one of the most common and most overlooked triggers of joint pain: refined sugar, white sugar, cakes, cookies, soda, even that spoonful of sugar in your morning tea. These sweeteners may seem harmless, but inside the body, they act like kindling to a fire fueling inflammation in every joint. When you consume refined sugar, your blood glucose spikes rapidly. In response, your body releases insulin to bring it back down. But when this happens too, often day after day, your cells start to become insulin resistant. That resistance leads to higher levels of inflammatory cytokines, tiny chemical messengers that spread inflammation throughout your system, including directly into your joints. The result? More swelling, more stiffness, and more pain. In fact, studies have found that people who consume more added sugar tend to report higher levels of joint discomfort, especially in conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. And here's the tricky part. Sugar is often hiding in places you wouldn't expect: salad dressings, breakfast cereals, even low-fat yogurts. So even if you're not eating dessert, you might still be getting a steady dose of inflammation. But the good news? You don't have to give up sweetness altogether. Try these natural alternatives instead. A drizzle of raw honey in moderation. A few slices of fresh fruit like ripe pear or banana. Or a sprinkle of cinnamon, which actually has anti-inflammatory properties and helps regulate blood sugar. As I often tell my patients, every spoonful of sugar may be sweet to the tongue, but bitter to the joints. Small swaps can make a big difference, especially when it comes to calming inflammation from the inside out. The second hidden culprit behind joint inflammation is something most people cook with every single day: vegetable oils high in omega-6. I'm talking about oils like corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and canola oil. These are often marketed as heart healthy, but when it comes to your joints, the story is very different. You see, these oils are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. And while omega-6 is not inherently bad, it needs to be in balance with omega-3s, the anti-inflammatory fats found in foods like flaxseed, walnuts, and fatty fish. In the modern diet, that balance is way off. Many people today are consuming 15 to 20 times more omega-6 than omega-3. And when that ratio gets too high, it tips the body toward inflammation, especially in sensitive tissues like the joints. The result? More swelling, more morning stiffness, and a slower recovery from even mild activity. The solution is simple. Swap your oils. Instead of refined vegetable oils, cook with extra virgin olive oil, which is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. You can also use coconut oil in moderation, or enjoy the richness of real butter or ghee, especially if you tolerate dairy well. These healthy fats don't just reduce inflammation, they help lubricate the joints and support the tissues that keep you moving with ease. So the next time you reach for that bottle of oil, ask yourself, is this helping my joints or hurting them? The third food group that may be quietly aggravating your joint pain is processed meats. Things like sausages, deli meats, bacon, canned meat 7, those convenient prepackaged slices in the fridge. These products often contain nitrates, preservatives, and chemical additives that don't just preserve the meat, they provoke inflammation in your body. When you eat processed meat, you're introducing compounds that trigger your immune system. These additives can lead to the release of free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, including those in your joints. Over time, this leads to increased wear and tear, more swelling, and that all too familiar stiffness. And it's not just the additives. The way the meat is cooked also matters. Red meats grilled or fried at high temperatures can produce compounds known as AGs, advanced glycation end products, which are strongly linked to joint inflammation and degeneration. So what should you eat instead? Focus on anti-inflammatory protein sources. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are rich in omega-3s, which actively reduce joint inflammation. Organic chicken is a cleaner alternative if you tolerate it well. And for plant-based options, don't overlook lentils, beans, or chickpeas, which are gentle on the joints and full of fiber, protein, and minerals. As I always remind my patients, food is not just fuel, it's information, and the wrong message can inflame your joints from the inside out. Choose proteins that calm, not ignite. Your joints will thank you. Sometimes, the most powerful healing doesn't come from adding more things in, but from simply removing what's causing harm. Your joints are not just mechanical parts. They're living tissue sensitive to inflammation, stress, and the messages you send them every single day through your food. As I often tell my patients, every bite you take is a message to your body. So ask yourself, am I sending the message of healing or harm? Supplements like calcium or collagen can certainly help. But if you continue to feed your body foods that promote inflammation, your joints never get a chance to truly recover. That's why I recommend a simple experiment. For the next 7 days, remove refined sugar, processed vegetable oils, and cured meats from your meals. Just for 1 week, give your joints a break. Pay attention to how your body feels. Are your mornings a little less stiff? Is it easier to climb stairs or reach for something overhead? Your body is always speaking to you. All you have to do is listen. So to wrap up, by simply removing 3 common foods from your daily routine of refined sugar, inflammatory oils, and processed meats, you may begin to feel less joint pain, less swelling, and more freedom in how you move. It doesn't have to be forever. Just try it for 7 days. Give your body a little space to heal. You might be amazed at what changes. And if cutting back on just one of these foods helped your joints feel better, tell us in the comments. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs to take that first step. And if you like more gentle, natural ways to support your health as you age, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Health. We're here every week with real science, real stories, and real ways to help you move freely and live fully with grace. This is Dr. Emily Thompson. Thank you for watching, and take good care of your beautiful body.